also like assumptions that white teachers make about black students all the time, like they're being lazy, or they come from a bad home environment, or they just can't read. Why don't they care?
There are a lot of people who live in your neighborhood who choose not to get on that bus. What do they choose to do? They choose to go out and sell drugs. They choose to go out and kill people. They choose to do a lot of other things, but they choose not to.
I remember going to see it when I was in high school, and I was thinking like it was the best movie ever. And now I just think that movie is so terrible. Just the whole like the white savior complex supreme, that you can come in here and save our children. You're already starting off on the wrong foot if you're thinking that our children need to be saved. They don't need to be saved.
We're about a 260 student public school in the school district of Philadelphia. What makes us special is very tight-knit. We know all our students very well. We have a lot of honest conversations where it's not just hoping for peace, it's asking students what issues do you want to fight for to build peace. My view of what that means is making sure that our teaching, our relationships, and our school messages that your community, your lived experience, and how that relates to your learning, it all comes together to say there's value there, that their voice matters, their ideas matter, they have a platform for leadership. We invite our teachers to incorporate that into the classroom as much as possible too.
I don't know about other schools, but we know that Parkway, and here at Parkway, this is the best. This is the best home away from home situation. We made it as homey and comfortable as possible. So,
and those are the students' words.
Yeah.
Like they've actually called this room home away from home.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I run Team Talk, which is a judgment-free zone, and we talk about sensitive topics, and you definitely have to be very mature enough to be a part of Team Talk and the conversations. No topic is off limits.
It's important to just be a representation of positivity of what they can do, and just reminding them that they are our future, and just pushing them to be the best that they can be.
When you enter this classroom, come in to decolonize your mind.
This narrative of coming into the school to make the changes necessary. Well, the black community wants to make the changes too. There's expertise, knowledge, and love and support on so many levels that educators such as myself don't always tap into.
Own opinion of things, he asked actually the staff, the African American staff, because we're more relatable to our African American students because the school is predominantly African American. I think as a leader, that's an excellent quality to have, to include your entire staff on what the school environment should be and what's best for our kids.
There are too many white teachers that haven't done the work, the internal work that needs to be done to fully support black students. Right, we see it in testing.
Latinos and black people receive lower scores than whites and Asians. And I would argue, no, the problem isn't with these test takers, the problem is with the tests themselves. These are tests that were created by eugenicists.
We see it in curriculum.
African-American history is not taught adequately. What we learn essentially is a whitewashed history.
Studies have found less than 10% of class time is devoted to Black history. Only 8% of seniors can identify slavery as a central cause of the Civil War.
We see it in the fact that we have predominantly white teachers and not enough black teachers.
Listen, like 50% of the public school students are of color, right? 82% of those teachers are of the other white. Less than 2% of those who teach are black males. 1 in 15 of those same males end up in jail. Schools criminalize and society despises us. For the black male teacher, frustration rises in us. Now students respond in anger and hate schools. Then the teachers respond and start tightening up the rules. The source of this often sits at the precipice of pessimists who gets to spit a less legit hypothesis about my grit when it's obvious that I am forced to fit in the system. So I quit.
Our schools are just as segregated today as they were in the 1960s. The school receives little funding, there are no white students in the room. There's a reason for that.
I don't let money stop our school from doing what we need to for our students. If you look at any educational research, the largest impact of what helps kids move is the collective actions of faculty and staff. That's my goal, is to make sure that they have the money. It's much smaller denominations than Haverford School or Episcopal. And in a building that's not going to be anywhere near as pretty nice or well pimped out. But my teachers know they will be supported to help our kids.
We're an independent school. Students pay pretty high tuition to come here. There's significant aid that our school gives to students, and I think it's over 50% don't pay full tuition to come here, but still, students are paying to come here. It's a very traditional and conservative school. It symbolizes order. It symbolizes, in many ways, privilege. It symbolizes an outdated view of success. There's old money. There are families who have, generation after generation have just expanded on their family's wealth, and they expect their family, their kids to continue that tradition of privilege and family wealth and keep it going for many more generations.
You are on the side of critical race theory and that being real about race is important and that sort of thing, or you're not. And it's all politically driven at this point in time, and it's so divisive.
And I think that they need black women, black men, not just black skin, but we need colorful skin. We need inclusion of all races to help remind our kids that they are important in our society.
Not just black teachers, but I think as non-black teachers need to be culturally competent on what goes on with our kids in our community. So I don't want to exclude other teachers of different races.
There are many days when I'll name it. I'll say I'm a heterosexual white male, and this is my perspective, and I think it is important to name that.
For me, talking about race and racism provides an opportunity for students to look at what have black students done to make the United States better. What have they done to contribute to a more perfect democracy?
And we need to stop this complete separation. Let's be real about what's going on so we can help students, not ignore it and just focus on our own personal political ideologies, because the politics of the classroom and the needs of our students are too important.